Out here on a little walk, Davis, California. Love this town. This is where I always do my 10-minute walk. I walk for miles and miles around here. I really like walking a lot. It's good for my fitness. It's good for my brain though, more so than anything else. I think that's what it helps the most with. Just a couple days ago, I held the first ever Meathead Millionaire Summit, and it's gonna be exciting over the years to continue to host those. We had Rob and Dana Lynn Bailey come into town. We had Steph Cohen, Hayden Bowe. We had Mr. Bart Kwan. We had Todd Abrams and his wife Deborah. We had an amazing group of people. What I want to share with you guys right now is, first of all, we kept it closed. We kept it closed off. No cameras. All we had was some photography done. Nobody used their phones to record anything. Nobody brought a cameraman with them, and we had no video cameras going. I kind of wish that we did because the content was so cool, but I thought that would change the way that everything went for that day. So we shied away from that and we kept it private. So that way everyone could just share whatever they needed to share. One thing I thought was awesome that I think is relevant for a lot of you men and women out there that are striving to be great, they're striving to be the best, they're striving to improve your life and improve every single day the way that some of these people have. Something that I found really, really crazy interesting. And I know all of you want to make money and all of you want to be a meathead millionaire too. But none of these people started out their passion or their business to make money. Not one of them. It was really pretty crazy to hear the different stories and how they unfolded. So we all know that you can upload videos to YouTube and you can make money. But Bart never uploaded the videos with any intention of making money. In fact, I think when he was uploading them, I don't even know if you could make money off of them at that point. What I thought was crazy though was Bart's intention was simply to put up video so that his friends could see it, and he was sharing back and forth. He thought it was like a host site, and he didn't really realize that was public until he started to see that something had like 20 views, then like 40 views, and then like 80 views. He was like, oh my God. He's like, this is like a thing, you know? And so him and his friends started doing funnier stuff. They started getting more and more views. Rob and Dana Lynn Bailey, their story was the same. Rob Bailey put stuff on a shirt. Rob Bailey was always into art. He was into music. He wanted to get what was in his heart. He wanted to get it out. What was in his brain. He wanted to try to get these things out. And so when he was doing that, he just started printing some stuff on some t-shirts. It was really, really crazy to me. I found it really inspiring. And so what he said was, all he was trying to do is put stuff on a shirt that got him through the day. I thought, holy shit, man, that is really powerful. He just wanted to, not anything about success, not anything about being great, not anything about making money, not anything about self-improvement, not anything hard to do. Just wanted to get through the day, something to pull him through each and every day. And he said that when he looked at the words on his shirt, when he put the shirt on in the morning and he looked in the mirror, he said it made him feel better. What a cool, simple concept that was. Todd Abrams, everybody else at the table had a similar story on how they started their journey, on how they started stuff out. Todd Abrams had some success in the technology realm with some different websites and some different things that he did. He was one of the first people to host WordPress and stuff like that. He was very successful. He had a really good mentor. He learned a lot. As he was making money though, he wanted to move into something different. He wanted to move into something more that like spoke to him more. He wanted to move, rather than having a job, he wanted to switch his life over into having more of a calling. He was always into fitness. He's always been into working out. Todd is, I think, about 47 years old, and he looks awesome. He's probably like 6 or 7% body fat. He looks great. As he was thinking about, what he wanted to kind of do next, what he wanted to move into next, he started to try to, get some meals prepped. He tried some meal prep companies, and they didn't have the options. They didn't have custom meals, and he was real picky about what he eats. And he's like, well, this is just dumb. And so he started to examine and started to think about, well, maybe I should just make some stuff for myself. So that's where he started. He made some meals for himself, and now he sells hundreds of thousands of meals on iconmeals.com on his website. And there was not really an intention, or there wasn't really a passion behind making money. The intention and the passion was behind creating something that he wanted that didn't exist in the market before. And then when we think about Hayden Bowe and Steph Cohen, what they moved into, they're still really young. They're still just getting started with their business. But Steffi Cohen, she was a soccer player, and she, got pretty big legs and pretty jacked from that. And as she started to, as she was getting older, not older, she's super young, but as she was getting older, she would get teased and made fun of. And Dana Lynn Bailey, who's sitting across the table, had the exact same issue as a young girl growing up with big legs. That wasn't like a thing back then, to have thick legs. And so they were teased and made fun of and things like that. And then Steffi decided to kind of do powerlifting out of a whim. Like, she did some Olympic lifting. She had a side hustle of making some singlets. She didn't know she was going to be good at powerlifting. Nobody knows how strong or how powerful or how much you can know or how much you can learn, not even yourself. And so as she got into this, she didn't know that she was going to become one of the greatest female powerlifters of all time. But ultimately, that's what happened. There was no intention of making money. It was just following what was in her heart. It was following what was speaking to her and what was calling to her. She already had that athletic background from soccer, and she even admitted that if she really thinks back to her soccer career, she's very regretful because she doesn't think that she put everything that she had into it. When she switched over to powerlifting, it's pretty obvious that she put everything she had into it and then some. Hayden Bowe shared a similar story. He tried powerlifting, he tried bodybuilding, he tried Olympic lifting. And not only did he try, but he trained with some of the best people in the world. He trained here in Northern California at a place called Cal Strength. They don't mess around, they don't play around. When it's time for them to try something or do something, they do it, and they try to get around the best people in the world. Surrounding yourself with the best people in the world is critical, it's crucial, and that's why I brought together the Meathead Millionaire Summit in the first place. If you walk with the lame, you will develop a limp. And in this process of all of us rubbing elbows together, all of our levels were raised up. Jason Khalipa and his wife Ashley had their own amazing story. Jason Khalipa has been a good friend of mine for many, many years. Jason is the 2008 CrossFit Games champion. He didn't start CrossFit with the intention of like, I'm gonna win this shit and I'm gonna start a gym and I'm gonna be world famous and I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire, although that's what happened. He started it out of passion for fitness and a passion for strength and out of a passion to just want to make himself better every single day. CrossFit takes you to some places that are pretty wild in your brain because it pushes you beyond any limitations that you may feel that you have. As Jason was going through that, as he won the CrossFit Games championship, he then later decided to open up some gyms. He now has over 20 gyms. He now has NC Fit Collective, which is a service that goes out to, it's a service that goes out to other coaches. So Jason is coaching coaches. In addition to that, not only is he coaching coaches, but his app is available for regular customers as well to check out and just follow along with the programming on there. But again, none of this started out of a passion to be like, oh man, I'm gonna start this cool thing and I'm gonna make a lot of money. It was more so out of a desire to follow his passion. Not only follow your passion, because sometimes people are like, well, I don't know what my passion is, but out of a desire to sharpen his passion and to end up with a trade. And once you end up with a trade, you now have something to sell, as in Jason Khalipa does with his programming. So I just found it absolutely amazing and absolutely a life-altering weekend having that many Meathead millionaires all in one room and having us collaborate and share all these different stories. My story is the same. Tore my pec 3 times. I never set out to tear my pec in the first place, right? But I just thought to myself, how can I train through and around these injuries? How do I make sure this doesn't happen to me again? How do I make sure this doesn't happen to other people? And I created the Slingshot. And obviously, once you start a business, the intention is always to make money. But I thought to myself, this is cool. This is a really cool product. And I think other people are gonna dig it. So I'm gonna put it out there into the universe. That's what happened at the Meathead Millionaire Summit. Many of you have seen the pictures. Many of you have probably seen some stuff on social media about it, especially from some of the other participants that were there. But that's what went down at the Meathead Millionaire Summit. Strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. Catch y'all later.